Doesn't go any higher.
Sacha,
Okay.
Sacha, hello here.
Hi there.
I'm wondering whether you see this film in some way. There's been many films. There's been the rise of documentaries, ever more creative documentaries that deconstruct in some way the reality that we see through the media, represented as a reality, and show alternate realities. Do you see Borat as taking that even further and commenting, for instance, on what journalism is and how you represent reality as a whole?
No.
Good.
No, I think essentially it isn't a documentary. It is a movie. It has a conventional 3-act structure, and we tried to make that 3-act structure work in the real world. So it's a kind of fusing between the two.
Sacha, from W Radio Colombia, which was the funniest scene to make?
Well, the most unpleasant scene was certainly the naked fight, where I didn't know whether I was going to survive. There was a little sign that I was going to show Larry Charles, the director, which was that if I ran out of air when Ken, my co-star, was sitting on my face, I would tap on the bed 3 times. If you look at the movie again, you'll notice that I tap on the bed 3 times. But Larry was so engrossed in looking at the monitor that he didn't realize that I was dying underneath Ken's anus. So it's lucky that I'm here.
Good evening, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'd like to know, how have you been dealing, or the company, with all the people that all of a sudden they discover that they are not really in a segment for Kazakhstan, whatever, but actually in a movie that is very popular, and they are there as actors or whatever can be called. How are you dealing? Because some people say that you've been getting sued and all that.
I actually can't answer that because at the moment there are legal suits, so I've actually been instructed not to answer that.
Okay, so then
Good
another
interviewee,
question.
yeah?
So then another question.
Oh, another one. I can't
no.
answer that one either.
Okay. But then, in a culture like in Los Angeles or New York, where we are used to, a society with a lot of Jewish people, but in other maybe smaller towns where they will see the movie, what do you think that they will be able to deal, like they will use maybe one of those songs and make fun of somebody that is actually Jewish in a small town? What do you think about that?
Are you? I'm not quite sure. Are you saying could it encourage anti-Semitism? Is that what you're?
In smaller towns where they don't see it as the possibility of a comedy.
I think essentially the movie is mocking Borat's beliefs. All his beliefs seem laughable, whether he's homophobic or misogynistic or anti-Semitic. They're all seen as forms of delusion. He's not just anti-Semitic. He doesn't just think that Jews are good with money. He believes that they can change their shape into little insects. And the idea of that is really to show that all prejudice is absurd and a type of delusion. Can I bring up Ken, who's my co-star in this?
Sacha,
Sorry, what was that?
is there anything you did, the two of you, to encourage cleanliness before you shot that naked wrestling scene?
Ken, do you want to?
He requested that I shower and then shower again, and then powder and then shower again.
Now, Sacha, Isla seems to be your biggest supporter. Does she have a limit? I mean, is it difficult to embarrass her?
Well, I do have to thank Isla because she agreed to sleep with Borat for 10 months during the filming of this, so she's the bravest one.
Sacha,
I think if you look at the Ali G interview with him, you'll get a few pointers.
do you think you'll have to give up the undercover sort of acting, or are you just going to have to get more clever with the makeup and disguising yourself?
I think, the interesting thing is there were certain parts of this movie, for example, the naked fight, that really worked. And, the stuff inside the hotel room was scripted. He moves his arse in my face. He puts his balls on my chin. So I think by necessity I'm going to have to move out of undercover stuff.
Sacha, right here, right in front of you.
Yeah, one more.
For a long time when you were promoting the movie, you only did it as Borat, and then recently you started doing interviews as yourself. You're appearing here as yourself. When did you decide to stop being Borat in public and be yourself in this context?
I woke up one morning, I was quite hungover, and I accidentally shaved my moustache off. And I realized I had no alternative. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for this. I appreciate that.